Hey, thanks for joining us here on this Wednesday afternoon for a look at your top headlines. I'm Chris Bianchi, and we'll start things off with an important meeting from the Governor's Expert Emergency Epidemic Response Committee, which met today, in fact, just a short while ago, for the first time since August. And one of the first things that they talked through is the major spike in statewide hospitalizations since August. They also spoke of specific counties with spikes in cases and hospitalizations, and the two Colorado counties currently sticking out are Pueblo and Mesa counties. They also explained why booster shots are extra important at this juncture.
This particular figure is showing you the potential impact that booster doses could have on decreasing the overall hospital demand in the state. I'm specifically looking at peak hospital demand. So right now, I want you to focus on this blue line, which is our observed hospitalization data, and then starting where these lines split, projections of hospitalizations in the state. If you look at the blue line, that is showing you our current trajectory. So if we continue to have individuals receive booster doses at the same rate they're receiving booster doses now, the projection is that we would reach a maximum of 2,258 hospitalizations on January 1st. If we are able to double our booster dose uptake in the state, that potentially can decrease the number of maximum hospitalizations down to 2,156. Also brings our peak a little bit sooner on December 24th. And then if we can reach our state goal, which translates to 75% of eligible individuals in the state, and by eligible I mean over the age of 18, receiving a booster dose, you can see that we get down to 2,082 peak hospitalizations on December 20th. And the difference between these numbers is pretty important, given that this 2,000 range is really our bed capacity in the state at this point. And so when looking at strategies to try and preserve our hospital capacity, booster doses emerge as a really important strategy, a way that we can decrease the overall demand on our healthcare system and potentially get us back to a place where we would be much less likely to risk exceeding our hospital capacity.
Finally, Governor Polis explained what he's going to do to combat the trend line by adding in federal teams, adding hospital beds, and making sure everybody who is eligible for a booster shot can get one.
Boosters, we are going to be, you saw Dr. Francis' announcement yesterday, we're going to be taking an additional step, just to be totally clear. And this one has been a frustrating one for me and members of our team because frankly, we feel that the CDC and the FDA bungled the messaging on the booster. They made it very complicated. The basic message is if it's been 6 months after Moderna or Pfizer, you should get it. If it's been 2 months after J&J, you should get it. The way that we're able to make that official from the state perspective, it's been sort of the unofficial policy of the state from the beginning in terms of not turning anybody down and self-attestation, is we're going to be issuing an executive order soon that really says that Colorado is a high-risk institution, and everyone is eligible in Colorado on the argument that you are part of a high-risk environment by nature of being in Colorado. So it's just another part of the legal framework for making sure, and a communication strategy to make sure everybody knows this is, whether it's a 3-course vaccine like DTaP and others, or whether you call it a booster, this is what we all need to step up and do. We need to hit that 75%. If you got the first, you get the third. And so we're providing yet another framework for that because of the very convoluted messaging that's occurring on that federally. We're trying to provide less ambiguity.
Denver schools will close on November the 19th. That's a week from this upcoming Friday. So they say that is to allow families an extra opportunity to get their kids vaccinated against COVID-19. DPS also said that it is a thank you to the district's workers to focus on mental health and self-care. It is an extension of the district's current Thanksgiving holiday, which will take place the entire following week.
So it's staffing issues, a major relief. It is also, so that goes with the thank you. It's most importantly a day to really maximize the vaccination efforts that we've undertaken. I think we have now, today 3, tomorrow will be 5 total operational closures in a school district that has well over 200. I think we've done an incredible job. So this is a way to say thank you. But the fact that we have our vaccination clinics and our collaboration with Denver Health that Friday, right before break, just in case there's some adverse reaction to the vaccination, it's the appropriate time. And it's already the day before a long vacation. So if there ever was a day, it was that Friday. And we, as a district, are not in a situation in which we're struggling with the Veterans Day battle that many districts across the nation are, meaning that we're in session tomorrow, so we will be in session that Friday. So after this week, we're looking at 4 days, and those 4 days may not seem like a heavy lift, but they are based on what we've heard. So three-pronged in terms of vaccination efforts. A thank you to our staff, but also supporting the staff shortages.
Now, this comes on top of 3 other school districts announcing that they are closing, but those closures are due to staffing shortages, or at least that's what they're saying, including Adams Districts 12 and 14, along with Boulder Valley Schools as well. Finally, let's go over to weather, where it's probably a bit on the windy side. You're noticing that wind. We've seen gusts in excess of 40 miles an hour today here in Denver. Tomorrow, though, we will see that wind back on off, and we'll have a slight chance for a rain or snow shower late tomorrow night in around the Denver area. Better chance to head north and west of Denver. We also have some mountain snowfall that will continue for today. Some of that will linger into your day tomorrow as well, and that snowfall will be mainly concentrated for areas from I-70 on north. As we head into the weekend, though, it's going to be gorgeous for us here and around the Denver area. Highs will be in the low 60s for Friday, Saturday, and into your Sunday. So enjoy the delightful, now kind of mid to late fall weather. Temperatures running close to about 10 degrees above average. In fact, by early next week, we could be topping 70 degrees, which would be closer to about 15 degrees above the norm for the middle of November. That'll do it for your Wednesday headlines here on 9 News Watch. I'm Chris Bianchi. Have a great rest of your Wednesday.